Hello everyone in another Video Geeks episode. So, today we have Hanil Mistry, who is presenter, and two more guests, Dev Gundalya and Isha. So, hi Hanil, how are
Y-
you?
Yeah, Harshil, thank you for the introduction. I am fine. What about you?
I am doing very well. So, what is your today's topic?
So, yeah, as you can see, all might have known me for a while. So, I am a networking enthusiast, and you can already see on my screen that the topic for the discussion today that we have is STP, a very basic introduction that I will be getting like throwing to the audience of Video Geeks. So, yeah,
So,
any one of
this is very interesting.
exactly. Any one of you have any idea about STP? Like, what is the full form of it and what is that actually?
Uh, I actually want to guess this.
Okay.
I don't know the full form. Is this a protocol?
Yeah, a hint for you, all of you. It is a protocol, networking protocol at layer
Okay.
2.
So I know a sibling
So,
of
I
this
just
protocol. It's a sister protocol which is SRTP and STP.
SRTP.
Yes, SRTP. I don't know if that's related to this one, but
Let me
generally
see.
it works with
SRTP.
yeah, SRTP protocol.
Let me search. SRTP protocol. What is it from real time transport protocol? No, no, no. It's totally different from that.
Okay, okay.
You
so
don't
I just googled it. What is STP because I don't know. So, it is spanning tree protocol
exactly.
layer two.
Yeah. So I I gave you two hints. One of them was like it is a networking protocol at layer two. So yeah, you are right, Hasim. It's spanning tree protocol. So we'll like I'll be throwing the very basic introduction of spanning tree protocol and how it works. A very like overview kind of thing, and I will be I am planning to discover, or you can say deliver more of the videos on the STP, because there is a lot of things, there are lots of things in STP, and after STP there is followed by the STP there are so many things that is like you can say that is possible only because of there is this STP. So yeah, let's start the today's topic. So we'll understand these terms. I have written it over here. So transparent bridging, unknown unicast and broadcast, and last one is STP. So we'll carry forward our discussion uh, to STP through these two terms. So let's understand the first thing, which is called transparent bridging. So what is this term? If you have any idea, then you can tell me, or I'll continue explaining. Guys, do you have any idea about what is this transparent bridging?
Basically unknown number of hopes. Is that what it?
Yeah, so somewhat right, but let me explain it a little deep. Like, so let's say this is the word is transparent bridging. So you can see the network over here. So let's say there are all these switches, layer 3 switches, right? So all of the ports that you can see, these are ports, right? These are the links, physical links. So all of these links are, let's say, working at layer 2, because these devices are layer 3 switches. So some of the ports that are on these switches that may act as a layer 3 port. But let's say these all the ports that are acting as layer 2. So let's say there is one packet uh, originating from this switch, this port, and let's say the destination is this port. And from the topology, from the physical links that are connected, physical connections, you can see that there are lots of loops forming over here. So first loop is this loop, second loop is this, and the third loop is this. And there are many more loops. Let's say this also is a loop, right? And this also is a loop. So there are many combinations and permutations possible. But what is the meaning of exactly transparent bridging is, so let's say packet is coming from this port and it is destined to reach here, and let's say when packet is uh, originated from here and it is went to this switch will look at two things. The first is destination MAC and the second is source MAC. First it will verify that source MAC is the, like, what you can, first it will verify that destination MAC is like available in the ARP table of this switch. So basically it will look into the ARP table, or you can also call it as a MAC table. And if entry is present in the MAC table, then it will forward it to the destination port. But it will not verify any other things, like let's say it will not look at the thing that how many hops it has passed through it. So in that case, let's say this packet is originating from here, it goes here, it goes here, it goes here, reaches here, and then this switch knows that it has to go here, and it will route the packet here. And that packet also can go through this switch, then this switch, and then again this switch. So you understand that at layer 2 the packet is only seen till the layer 2, like it will not the devices will not look at layer 3 the things. So any device that is looking at the packet, they will not know that how many hops it has crossed. So that is basically known as transparent bridging. So this problem is basically lead us to look at few more things. So these are let's say when the switch will broadcast, I mean when switch will forward one packet to all of the other packets. So there are basically three scenarios. The first is a switch doesn't know the destination MAC address. Let's say the packet is arriving to this switch and this switch will not know that where the destination MAC address is. So in that case, switch will broadcast the packet to all other ports and basically try to get the idea that where that device is. The second is it is a broadcast address. So when there are a few cases, let's say the packet is ARP packet or packet is having actual the broadcast MAC address. In that case also the switch will broadcast, like send out to all those ports and it will broadcast the packet. And the third case is multicast traffic. So in that case also switch will broadcast the packet. So there are two things to look out over here. The first is unknown unicast and the second is broadcast. Unknown unicast means the first that we have said. The switch will not know the destination MAC. Then it is called unknown unicast because the packet is destined to reach the one destination only, but the switch will not know the destination MAC address where it is connected. So in that case it will broadcast the packet. So it is called unknown unicast scenario. And the second is broadcast. So these two scenarios are very harmful for any of the network because that may lead to network congestion and increase of network traffic. So for that purpose, this STP has been made. And to understand the basic working of STP, so we'll not focus on more on the theory. We'll jump for the let's say the overview of theory. So you can see this. This is the actual connection of, let's say, this is the example connection that we have. So basically this switch is connected to this switch via Ethernet 1 and to this switch via Ethernet 2. And these are all the ports that I have labeled it. So this switch is basically I have written Ethernet 4. So these and these both ports are Ethernet 4 only. And similar it with this Ethernet 2 and Ethernet 3, right? So let's say how many loops are present here. So you can see this is loop. So and from this Ethernet 1, this Ethernet 1, this Ethernet 3, this is Ethernet 1 to this Ethernet 2. This is also a loop. So these are also loops. This Ethernet 3, 5, 1, Ethernet 3, 1, 5 is also a loop. This Ethernet 1, Ethernet 2, then Ethernet 1, then Ethernet 5, then Ethernet 1. Then this is Ethernet 3, 1 and 5. This is also a loop. So there are lots of loops present over here. And because there are loops present, it is most likely to, let's say, increase the network traffic when the packet is broadcasted. So to overcome this problem, STP comes into the picture. So how the STP works is, so basically I am just demonstrating very overview of how STP works. So you can just consider it as a overview, although we'll explore much about this. So the STP works via electing the root bridge. So let's say in this topology, there are lots of packets exchanged. So actual name is BPDU. There are lots of BPDU that will be exchanged in this network. And via that exchanges, let's say this uh, switch is elected as a root bridge. And what is root bridge? So basically root bridge is the bridge where, let's say, from all those connections are made. So there are three types of ports basically, role of ports. The one is designated port, second is alternate port, and third is root port. And I am representing it via D, A, and R. So designated port, that means the port which is connected to root port or either alternate port. Alternate port is which, let's say, who is not receiving any packets, and let's say if it will receive some packet, it will not process that packet. And the third one is root port. So root port is basically the port which is connected to root bridge or any intermediate bridge who is directly connected to root bridge. So understand all these ports and how this STP will elect the how it will elect the paths in such a way that there are no loops present in the topology. So let's look at that. So this is the what you can say actual port assignment selected by the STP. So let's say this is root bridge. So all there is one rule in STP that all the ports of the root bridge are designated port. Okay, so you can see these all are designated ports, and you can see this Ethernet 1 of this switch is connected to Ethernet 1 of root switch. That's why this Ethernet 1 of this switch is root port. Similar to this switch, this Ethernet 1 is root port. And now let's say these two links, Ethernet 2 and Ethernet 3, are forming loops. You can consider, you can see that, right? These are loops. So STP will block these two links, and how it will do that? It will put any of this port to be in alternated port. So it can happen. So here I have represented it with like this. Both two ports are designated port, and these both two ports are alternate ports. In such a way that these links are not used, because alternate ports will not receive the traffic, right? There is this case, but it can also happen that this port should be in designated and this port will be in alternate. So it doesn't matter, because one side of alternate port, that means this link is not working. And let's say for this switch, this is connected to this switch, and this is you can consider this as intermediate switch which is directly connected to root switch. That's why for this switch, Ethernet 1 port is root port, because it can directly lead us to root bridge, and that's why this port is designated port. And remember, in one switch there can be multiple root ports, multiple designated ports, and multiple alternate ports. But in root switch there is only possibility of presenting, well, let's say there will be only designated port. And for this switch, similarly, that's how I explained for this switch. This you can consider is it as what you can say intermediate switch, which is directly connected to root bridge. That's why this Ethernet 1 is considered as root port, and this is designated port. And you can see that these two links are forming loops. So this is the loop basically. So that's why these both links are not in use, and you can see one side of these both ports are alternate port, and that's why these both links will not work. And now there are two links remaining, this link and this link. So you can see for this switch, uh, this is, you can consider it as an intermediate switch that is directly connected to root bridge. That's why this port you can consider it as a root port, and this is designated port. And if we will select this, what you can say, link to be as a root or and designated, then in that case it will form a loop. You can see this is a loop. So that's why one of these port for this switch or this switch will be alternate and second one will be designated. So that's how you can see this is the final topology. And the links that are present in dashed form, they are not active, or you can say they will not receive the traffic. And you can see this will be the final topology. And sorry for this, this link will also not be there because this is forming loop over here. So the final topology will look like this. This link is in, what you can say, yeah, it will be like this. So you can see these all 4 links are only in the working state. So that's how you can say STP will work, and that's the basic overview of how STP works. So in upcoming videos, we'll explore what is this designated alternate route in more detail and more depth. But for now, this is it. Hopefully, you have got the very basic idea about STP. And if you are interested to learn more about STP, then make sure to subscribe to our channel and behold for the next video. So if you have any questions, guys.
So it is that clearly.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice protocol explanation. We would like to see the actual implementation in upcoming sessions, maybe.
Yeah, surely, surely. And I would just like to
Yeah.
give you an overview that there will be lots of things followed by this STP. So I'll just pronounce few of the keywords that there are. It goes like port channels, then MLAG, then LACP. So these all the protocols are followed by STP. So if you know the STP, then you will be surely to know these protocols. So I will be explaining all those topics. So yeah, that's my future plans.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.